out of I had to close out of Streamlabs, which is where I used to stream, and open it back up, and now we're back. But yeah, jumping right back into it. Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the current state of the meta of Fire Emblem Heroes and what my current feelings are on them. This is gonna be like a pretty much a long, just chatting stream. Not much is gonna go on with Fire Emblem Heroes itself, but we are gonna be the main topic of discussion today. First off, starting off, we need to address the Leon situation. The Leon situation is absurd. The fact I'm still like, I don't know who in intelligence systems was thinking it was a good idea to have so many units to just turn off your turn. So in my opinion, it was okay with Formortis because Formortis isn't that hard to kill. Formortis is a very easy unit to kill. So him being alive and then making it so he turns off the turn of the two people who are right next to the unit that acted, and only turning off their turn if he survived. I thought that was fine because Mortis is very easy to kill. I knew over time that he would get easier and easier to kill. He is a far save, he can be a far save or near save unit, so he can function as either of those. But the fact of the matter is, it was a condition that was not always easy to fill. With Leon, his conditions are way more easy to fill. I believe it's a res check, and res is not a high stat at all. Same thing with Sather. Now, the thing with Sather is also, though, she didn't have a duo button for it. Like the original Sather, she didn't have a duo button for it, but now she has a duo button for it. And then we also have duo Sather as well that's doing the same things. It's a little bit easier to justify duo Sather because they're not cavalry, but having that amount of range movement and the ability to turn off turns is insane. Sather also didn't have the pre-combat damage. Leon has an absurd amount of pre-combat damage that he can hit, pretty much guaranteeing that he's going to get the kill. And not only that, but you cannot counterattack him, so even if you do survive the pre-con damage by some magical force, and you somehow survive his attack as well, you still have to, survive, the fact that you can't counterattack against him. Some units will probably be able to live the initial blow, but not be able to counterattack against them, and that is ridiculous. The amount of stuff that unit can do just kind of shows and tells me that they don't really care that much about. They don't really care about the state of the game itself, I guess I should say. They really only care about like pushing out new units, just like, hey, more people are gonna buy this unit if we do this, more people are gonna do this and it's just like essentially they're gonna sell us a problem and sell a solution. It's the same exact thing they did with Fallen Edelgard back in May of 20, I don't remember when that was, 2018, 2019, I can't remember, 2020 maybe, I'm not sure, but that was an infamous banner for how strong Fallen Edelgard was. She was a raid boss just for existing, and she gained more stats by being by herself, so it was very, very easy for her to become like this raid boss who's like impossible to kill. And the only saving grace for people with were later when lethality came out, and then people who had either the legendary Bylist, because the legendary Bylist were a good counter for her, especially because they could run wind sweep, and they both essentially had null follow up in their kits, and then male Bylist, of course, having that exclusive special that worked very well against her because she was a beast unit. But yeah, that being said, it's, like I said, it's just a repeat of that situation. And Leon has his ways to get around him. He's not that good on Aether Raid's defense because of his conditions where you need to be and aligned against him as well. So you can plan around that, but in things like summoner duels, it's borderline impossible to fight. I have seen videos of people using, because they count as different units, New Year's Sather and Valentine's Leon, and pretty much just shutting off 4 characters' turns at once because they just happen to be in the optimal position. Now, it's not the easiest thing to do. No, it's not just something simple, but it's something very doable. It's like, I watched the videos myself, and it's something easily doable. Like, you can make this happen almost every single time in every single situation, which I personally do not like. I feel like there needs to be a remedy to that situation. There needs to be someone who can cleanse that effect. I personally feel like Freyr should be able to cleanse that effect. I don't like that Freyr can't cleanse that effect, because you're creating a problem that bigger than it needs to be. The thing is, like, I understand they want to push the meta forward, but there are things that can push the meta forward without being this drastic, I guess I could say. A good example here would be, like, for example, Legendary Camilla. Do I have Legendary Camilla in here? Yes, I do. Yeah, so Legendary Camilla, she has her Bewitching Tome and Spoil Rotten. Yeah, deals damage to X% advantage or speed. So it's a speed check, so she's also going to be which speed is rampant right now. So it's like that's not going to be that hard to get around. So it is possible to tank Legendary Camilla, but it is pushing that boundary for how much pre-combat damage she can do. So it's like she is a good example of pushing the meta forward in a normal, healthy way, in my opinion. But Leon has her crazy pre-combat damage, and then on top of that, you can't counterattack against him, and he can try for your turn. That is a lot for one unit to do. That is a ton for one unit to do. And I don't know what happened there, but I just got disconnected. I'm back. But yeah, I just don't like the narrative here that will just keep pushing out more stupidly broken units that just completely destroy the meta after stupidly broken unit completely destroys the meta. It's like you can expand the meta without completely destroying it. And the thing is, to me, is just like they've been so scared for years of completely destroying the meta after the Fallen Edelgard situation and the Reinhardt situation in year one. They've been so hesitant to try and push that meta push that hard to expand the meta, that it's mind-boggling to me that they decided to do this now. And I have no idea why they decided to do that. Yeah, I had people who are literally telling me on Reddit. I'm very active on Reddit. If you ever want to chat with me, just like about Fire Emblem, I'm always on the Fire Emblem Reddit. I check it almost every single day. But yeah, it's like even people who were huge Leon fans were disgusted at this unit because it's so blatant. They're just yeah, buy this unit and it'll be like a easy victory for you in summoner duels. And I don't understand why they would do that. They had a nice steady stream of getting units progressively better. Another good example is Brave Robin here. Brave Robin here was not stupidly broken. He's still not stupidly broken, but he was a phenomenal unit that pushed the meta. He grants Riley Spectrum, which is a +5 to all stats, and a +1 cooldown. So Brave Robin is a phenomenal unit. He's still a great support unit, and he's a good combat unit too. Because even if you attack him once, if you give him Bonfire, he can Rally Spectrum himself and proc Bonfire that ignores all damage reduction and stuff like that because of his tip to scales and his Deliverer's brand, of course, working in tandem with each other, and Gambit 4. And of course, getting that guaranteed damage off Gambit 4. So Brave Robin is a good example of a phenomenal unit that pushed the meta forward, but it wasn't overkill. The same thing can be said about all the other Brave units too. Brave Female Corn was a great save unit at the time, but we've noticed with save units, they get older and older, and it becomes harder and harder to tank. But she was good for the time, without being overkill. She could be killed by lots of units, but she was just enough to stay meta relevant. Not anymore, really, because save units are kind of dying off because nukes are so powerful. But she still is a good save unit. And also the problem is with Brave Corn is too, she shouldn't. It being a dragon unit. Being a dragon unit is hard. Flat out, being a dragon unit is hard. When a dragon armor unit especially, when dragon armor and effectiveness are so rampant. And dragons are locked out of a lot of different skills. A lot of skills you can only use if you're a dragon. Even if you are a armored, or even if you are a certain type of dragon unit, you can't use certain skills because it's locked from dragons. And that hurts dragons a lot. One thing we definitely saw is Brave Tiki, how fast she fell off, so fast that she power crept herself with Ascended Tiki, and then power crept herself again with Bride Tiki, who Bride Tiki was great for a long time. Bride Tiki was really good for a really long time, do not get me wrong, but I knew she was going to fall off, so I never even bothered to summon her, because dragon armors almost never last. Her and Athune are like the only two good dragon armors that have lasted. And Ascended Athune has fallen off because there's so much dragon effective, so much armor effective. Like, being for real, Legendary Marth is one of the weakest legendaries and you can actually use right now. But Legendary Marth is like phenomenal at killing both of them because you can't counterattack against him and he has effective dragon damage. And he just can wipe the floor with any of them. And same thing now that we have Emblem Marth as well. Let me bring him up. I think I have I'll just go to my barracks, allies. And now we have Emblem Marth, who still has the dragon effectiveness and can hit 3 times and activate his signature Lodestar Rush. So what I'm getting at here is there are counters after counters after counters for Dragon. See, and even she would be a good because she's effective against Armored. Armor is a tough class, and adding one more effectiveness to that makes it an even tougher class. Like, there are so many units that are effective against Armor. Almost every Micaiah is, for example, every Micaiah is effective against Armored and Cavalry. Most Sheetas are effective against Armored and Cavalry. It's just like, and it's a constant thing that Armored and Cavalry units are basically the target for weaknesses. We have one unit, one weapon that is effective against infantry, and that's Poison Dagger, and that came out in year 1. And that, to my knowledge, is the only effectiveness against infantry. And then we have Kitty Paddle that's effective against mages. And same thing with Guinevere's Aureola, it's also effective against mages. But those are the only 2 units that can run those things, and they're not common units anyways. So it's just like, so it's not a relevant thing. But when you're a dragon, you have to go up against Hero King Marth here, who has so much going on for him. Evetican Dragon, like, if Marth initiates combat against a dragon unit, they're done. They're done. And he's a common unit that everybody summon because of his emblem engage. Because whether you like infantry melee or not, you cannot deny that he is one of the pivotal units out right now because of his engage enhancement. But not only that, he's a really good unit in general. Like, he's a really, really good unit in general. Like, if Marth initiates against a dragon unit, they're cooked. They're done. There's no way they're gonna live through it. It's like, it does not matter what dragon you are. It's like you were gonna have a tough time surviving against this Marth. And you don't even need to merge him, and you don't even need to change his kit. All I did was give mine just encounter melee from the special from the Sacred Seal slot. And that is the only thing my Marth has. And of course reposition, but I mean that's obvious. Everyone gives their like their assist slot something. But yeah, it's just like, you are cooked if you are against this Marth and you are a dragon. There's no way you are surviving against this Marth with his insane amount of speed and damage output. It's just like, also, almost all the dragons are really slow. There's not that many fast dragon, and he grants himself no follow-up, so he's getting those 3 hits on. If we go check, let's take a speed check. Speed check. Going on a speed check, look how long it takes me to get to a single dragon, and it's ascended, not ascended, but a rearmed Grima. And that is the only one that I have that even, gets close to the top when it comes to speed. Next we have Ascended Tiki over here, but she's pretty far down. I don't even have all the fastest units. But like, looking at her compared to the units I'm having, for example, we've got Shez here, Joshua, legendary female Shez, my Yin Fei, Sed, Rutger, Krom, Ishtar, and my armored Marth. My armored Marth is faster than my Robin, who is literally made to be a speedy near saver. But it's like, I would not want this Robin near saving for me when Potent 4 Emblem Marth is running amok. Like, I would just not. I just would not want that. So, being back to my original point. Sorry, being an armored dragon, or being a dragon in general, is already a hindrance enough for it to be okay. If a dragon's a little bit too meta. The same thing with Myrrh. And I can actually even show you guys. With Myrrh, I'll go ahead and just let's go back to that team, and then I'm just gonna replace. Yeah, let's do that. Paralogs. Believe, yeah, this one. Well, it doesn't matter. I do this one. This one's the harder one, the better stats, anyways. Okay, so let's just. I promise there's a reason to what I'm doing. I don't want Sheeta to kill because I want to show you guys something. Here, let's just do this. And then on. Alright. And it's in turn. Jesus! Vigard is also too strong, like, good lord. Okay, so literally the last one I wanted to get to show you guys, but look at that. Look at that. I understand she's a far savior, but it's so easy to, like this unit is really, like, Myrrh is really hard to kill. On any other situation, Myrrh is really hard to kill. But see, look at that. Are just armored effectiveness, and Myrrh goes down. And same thing with Marth, just dragon effectiveness, and Myrrh goes down. And that's the point I'm getting, because good example. Let's see, okay. I want to show you guys one more thing. A good example. See, he can't kill her. Even though I'm using the follow-up attack and everything, he can't kill her. But Marth sure as hell sure can. And same with Sheeta. See? So what I'm getting at is, being a dragon armor is hard. So, when Corrin came out with all of her damage reduction and all of her abilities to like negate damage reduction and all this other stuff, it's just like she wasn't stupid broken to the point that she wasn't killable. Duo Leon is so difficult to the point that he can become unkillable if you literally cannot move against him. And that was easy. Let me show you guys another example. I'm going to res stack my Sheeta, who gets flat damage reduction against Leon, and watch what happens. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Look at all that. Look at that pre-combat damage. And that is my res stack Sheeta. Look, my Sheeta was getting plus 30 res. And he's still turning out. Now granted, obviously, because he does have weapon triangle advantage, so that does play a factor. But that's the problem I'm getting at. He has like no direct counter. Let me see. So I believe it's his A slot if you use combat. If I cannot, yeah, foe cannot counterattack. If you use combat, the extraction. The highest speed within 3 spaces of target. to the next action. The start of current triggered action. Action ends immediately for skills not even taken in action. Summer duels inflicting effect ends their action immediately. So yeah, he took the fastest person on the team, and then I didn't even notice that, but yeah, my my Robin has one more speed than Mars. I did not notice that. That's hilarious. But yeah, you can see. When you have initiators like Marth, becoming a saver is a lot more difficult. But yeah, that's the point I was trying to show you guys. It's just like, Sheeta gets flat damage reduction against cavalry units, and she could not endure that Leon. Like, that unit is stacked for like two stacked. I feel like they gave him way too much stuff, and I don't like it. I didn't check these earlier. Let's see these. Okay, so the first, bottom, or the top one looks like no one attacked, so it's, he didn't really attack. Giving you guys a little sneak peek of my my team, if you guys were interested. That was just a safety fence activating. Of course, they wouldn't try to kill Edelgard because everyone always tries to kill Edelgard with Erica. Oh, dang, Lindina killed. That's impressive. Because Vale also usually has really high res. Oh, looks like they're going for the kill here. Yeah, they still couldn't kill her. Edelgard. Edelgard is a really good Brave Edelgard is a really good defender for people who keep attacking you with Winter Edelgard. I can actually show you guys. I actually tested it out myself. This is relevant to my topic, I promise. I'm getting to my point. Can swap there. Alright, now we're setting up. Yeah, there's a high chance that your Winter Edelgards will not survive a Brave Edelgard. Just show you guys what it looks like, what happens. Yeah. But yeah, that's how Winter Edelgard fares against Brave Edelgard. So the topic I want to get on that is, for a while, Winter Edelgard was a problem. But you see, the solution was an old solution. Just use Brave Edelgard, a unit that's existed for a really, really long time. She was our fourth Choose Our Legends unit, and we're on our, I think, 8th or 9th Choose Your Legends now. So she's been out for a really long time. And she, of course, she got a refine, not somewhat recently. I think she got it 2 years ago. But she got a busted refine that made her still really good. So that being said, there are options. There are options besides just buying a new unit. It's like there's ways to counter her without using a brand new unit. Another good example is Duo Sanaki. A good way to beat Duo Sanaki is to don't get inflicted by penalties. So, hello, welcome in. So, one of the ways you can negate that is having your Omni Tank 3 spaces away from all your other units, or have a way to get rid of penalties, or if they're not running Hardy Bearing, Speed Preempt Advantage is a great way to get rid of Duno Sanaki. I have actually, that's one of the most common ways I have gotten rid of her, is Speed Preempt or Vantage. A lot of some people forget to run Hardy Bearing on her, so that is one of those, or they'll have it on another unit. So take advantage of that when you see that. But that's what I'm getting back to again, is that these meta units have normal ways to get around them. there's a lot of meta units that have like normal ways to get around him, but there's to this right at this moment we don't have a way to counter Dual Leon. Hello. Oh, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello. Welcome in. We're just talking Fire Emblem Heroes. Welcome in. I'm doing well, and yourself? Thank you for joining. I'm doing very well. We're just talking about how the meta is changing in Fire Emblem and things like that. Talking about right now, we're on the topic of Dual Leon. I think like I was saying, I feel Dual Leon is a little too powerful, if that makes sense. I feel like they gave him too much stuff to work with, and it bothers me a lot because he's very hard to negate. It's just like almost every single tank in the, or like every single nuke in the game can be tanked by someone. But he is so incredibly difficult to tank because A, he shuts down your movement, but B, all of that pre-combat damage he gets is absurd. But I'm doing good. Welcome in. But yeah, I was just showing you guys a way to get around Winter Edelgard. Oh, you're new to the game. Well, congratulations. It's one of my favorite gacha games I've ever played. There's a bunch of strategy to it. I've been playing it since day one. I am a day one player. I don't spend much money on it. I do every once in a while when I have an extra few bucks, but I do play like pretty much every single day. This is my barracks. I've been playing for a very, very long time. I freaking love the game, and yeah, I highly recommend it to anyone. And well, if you're new to the game, then yeah, sit back and you're gonna hear me talking about the current meta and things like that. And yeah, just sit back and relax and enjoy. So, yeah, like I was getting into, Duo Leon is just too difficult to tank. Like I literally one day like sat down and was thinking like who of all my units can even tank him, and it's really difficult. Basically, I'm an artist that do create stitch stuff, and I saw that you don't have the panel, so I can assist you with this, and I also have a cute idea for you. Oh yeah, sure. What was your idea? Yeah, I don't even know how to do the panels, if I'm being honest. So yeah, if you want to give me tips on that, that is fine. I'm more than welcome to listen to it too. But yeah, I actually, I don't even know how to get the Twitch panels to work, honestly. Like, I've tried my hardest, but like, they're a bit difficult for me to work with sometimes. Yes, I am on Discord. I can shoot you my Discord if you like, but that is completely up to you because I am in need on Discord. And my okay. Yeah, my Discord's just White Russian. Like I'm like that's it. It's just White Russian. Like all like I'm like because I went to go make sure I didn't like have any numbers on it. Nope, it's just White Russian. I am neither white nor Russian though. Hello everybody, welcome in. We're just talking about the meta of Fire Emblem Heroes here. I'm just basically going over how frustrating the new meta is because of Duo Leon, because I cannot stand that unit, and it makes me want to go into Summer Duels right now and show you like the absolute broken things this unit can do. Where you at it? Let me see. What's your name on here? Because I don't see a request from you on here. I don't see your request on there. I'm sorry, dude. if anything, we can figure that out later. Which I mean, yeah, I'll be more than happy to message you back when it gets working. Like I said, my name is White Russian on Discord. So yeah, Roman Zushi. I don't see yours. Yeah, I'm not seeing yours. Like I said, we'll get back to them in a moment. Here I'll go ahead and add you on Discord too. I am starting a community Discord too, so I'll of course invite everyone to that once it is ready to go. But currently it is not ready to go yet. But yeah, like I said, I will get you. I will of course open that up to you guys whenever it is ready. So I'm gonna try and look up yours. Roma Sushi Shizu. Yeah, I can't even find your things on Discord because I'm looking at it right now. Let's see. Romas. Oh, give me just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. I had got a phone call. It was pretty important. I'm sorry about that, but I am back. So yeah. The point I've been trying to get to, the meta in Fire Emblem Heroes has just gotten stupidly absurd because of like all the crazy shit that some of these units can do. Like I said, the main point of focus here is Duo Leon. I do not like Duo Leon. Because the crazy thing is, I like Leon as a character, but I do not like how Duo Leon can just exist and turn off people's stats, and then all of the pre-combat damage he does is it's really frustrating because, like, why can he do so much? Why does he have an absurd amount of pre-combat damage? Why does he turn off turns? And then he hits like a truck too. Sorry, my phone locked. It's like, and then he hits like a truck too. Like I showed you, my Sheeta, Toon Sheeta, even though she has flat damage reduction, cannot endure him. And I res stacked like up to like plus 30 res, and she still could not survive Duo Leon. He is a monster for no reason, and I'm so sure they're gonna release like a unit just like, oh wait, like kind of like how what's his name, Medius can negate damage from bolt towers and stuff like that, or how Gato can reduce his damage from he reduces damage from area effect specials by 80%. It's just like when Gato came out around time area effect specials were taking over. Summer Thor with blazing thunder or blazing wind, I believe, I can't remember. Crazy amounts of damage going off of her pre-charged combat specials, their area effect specials, and Gato gives 80% damage reduction to that. So crazy amounts of like things that Summer Thor could do, but there was a counter to it, and so I'm just waiting on there to be that with Leon. Either gonna negate pre-combat damage, or they're going to be able to cleanse the effects of Duo Leon, making it so he can't turn your turn off. Which, in my personal opinion, again, I think Freyr should be able to cleanse that effect. I do not like that Freyr can't cleanse that effect, because that is a wild effect. Just being able to turn off your turn someone's turn by existing is absurd. That, and it's a duo button too. He has a duo button for it too, which is really fucking asinine. Why does he have so much stuff? Why does he have so much stuff? He has too much stuff going on with him, and right now we're seeing how hard it is to combat with these crazy things they can do. As I showed earlier beforehand, earlier in the stream, like I said, Winter Edelgard was a hard unit to combat, but she does have units able to combat her. A good example is Brave Edelgard. So that is the unit that I wanted to focus on the most, so that's why the rant was so long about him. It took me like 40 minutes on that rant. I was like, that was a long-ass rant, I understand, but he is a problem, and I cannot wait till they release a solution, because I am very much hoping we get a solution to him. All fingers crossed it's Duo Shez, Duo Shez, or like Legendary Shez, and they get someone do it. So, yeah, I just hope we get a solution to him real soon. I just think he's a very busted unit that needs to be nerfed, or have some kind of counterplay to him. So, yeah, there is that. Moving on from him, though, because there are other units I wanted to talk about. He was just the biggest problem. We don't have too many units, like I said, that aren't that don't have any kind of solution to them. We are seeing a gradual decline of the Winter Edelgards being used, of course, because, like I said, she does have counterplay. Another good counter is, of course, is to initiate on her. She is armored, and she only has a charge status, so she can't move as freely as she'd want sometime. So that is a bit different. Another problem, like I said with Leon, is he is cavalry, and so he has way more range of movement. He has ranged cavalry, meaning he has the biggest threat range in the game you can possibly get is a ranged cavalry unit. And so yeah, he has. But yeah, there's that. Edelgard just has the charge status. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, there has been a slow decline on Winter Edelgard. Tina has been a real good counter for her on 8th Array's defense. A lot of people run Tina. I did that when right after she came out. I summoned Tina immediately because I thought Tina was really cool. That and I liked her character from 36776. So it's just a good investment for me. But Tina's Thief, her ability to take the bonuses you have on your unit and give them to your allies, it gets rid of that charge status for Edelgard, so she has a hard time using it again to. And counter to that is you now have it on your team, so they might not be suspecting it. Tina was a really good counter for Edelgard in 8th Array's defense, not in Summoner Duels because Tina does not actually work in Summoner Duels. She only works in things like 8th Array because that turn has to, like the opponent's turn has to pass before Tina can take effect. So she is a really good counter to Edelgard. She's a really good counter to a lot of units. A lot of units that have like out of combat bonuses on them. Because I do believe she can also steal like Dimitri's Vantage as well. I think I'm not sure, but I think she can steal Dimitri's Vantage. I'm not 100% sure because I think that Vantage is an out of combat thing that is on Dimitri, and if so, she can take that. She also can take Grand Strategy off your units as well. So if you have if they're using Brave Robin or Rally Spectrum, if she's using Brave Robin or Legendary Robin, she can take that off too. So she's a great counter to Omni tanks too, because you don't want to have a bunch of effects on your Omni tanks and then have her just take them away from you with Thief. Tina is a phenomenal unit in that regard. She's just not good where it matters, which is Summoner Duels. She's good in 8th Array's defense, like I said. She is an 8th Array's defense star, but she is not good for Summoner Duels because it only focuses on when your opponent's turn is over. And in Summoner Duels, it counts your opponent's turn as starting at the exact same time as yours, no matter who goes first. So, definitely do not recommend her for Summoner Duels, but yes. But she is a good counter to, like I said, to Edelgard because she gets rid of Edelgard's charge setting and grants it to your allies on 8th Array's defense. So if you are struggling with 8th Array defense, if you can get your hands on Tina, I would definitely say go for it. If not, if you have a Brave Edelgard, because this is the Brave Edelgard I'm running on my defense that I just showed you guys. Where is she? Right here. This is the Brave Edelgard I am running on my defense, and she is great at like I showed you, great at countering Winter Edelgard. Of course, all I did give I gave mine was near save, obviously, which most of us already gave her anyway because she was a fantastic near save unit when her refine came out. So near save, obviously, give her her refine because the more movement you take towards her, the more stats she gets. If you can see here, the more you move to get to her, the more stats she gets. So make sure that you are refining her. I know do is kind of hard to come by, but yes, that is something that is definitely important. Please refine her, and then close defense. Even though it's old, the +8 to attack and defense, and then the ability to get rid of bonuses on the decreased defense and res, and then the ability to negate bonuses from Fortify and Rally are immaculate on this unit. She can tank majority of things with just close defense alone. Highly, highly, highly recommend investing in a Brave Edelgard if you can. As you can see, mine is only +1, and she's just plus defense. She does have the 19 Dragon Flowers too, which if you can do that, go for it. I don't invest in armor units that much, just like one armor unit, maybe a year, like a new save unit going to come out. So, yeah. I briefly touched on Duo Sanaki, because Duo Sanaki is also, in my opinion, a problem, but she does have counterplay, as I said before. Make sure your Omni tank or whoever is going to be tanking her is 3 spaces away from your from her, and she can't get the penalties on you, meaning she won't have your damage reduction halving. I think a good counter for her right now is Alir because of his miracle effect. Potentially. You're going to have to still res stack him because she still has high res, but he has decently res too. I have seen people res stack him and get him to survive. It is still difficult because of her damage reduction halving, and he does focus a lot on damage reduction, but his miracle effect can save him. I've seen his Miracle Effect can save him against Duo Sanaki. Like I said, if the Duo Sanaki also does not have, if she does not have, Hardy Bearing, definitely take advantage of that. That is her biggest weakness. She has to have Hardy Bearing. One of her biggest weaknesses is Speed Preempt, for sure. I run my Speed Preempt, Legendary Shez, and she's a good counter for her. If, they don't have Hardy Bearing, only if they don't have Hardy Bearing. This is my Speed Preempt Legendary Shez that I sometimes replace Lethality with Glimmer. She is my pride and joy, one of my favorite units in the game, right next to my Summer Shez, which I guess I can show you my Summer Shez if you guys want to see him. He is my pride and joy. I have him plus 10 merge. I fucking love. Shez is one of my favorite units in all of Fire Emblem. Shez and Robin are both my favorite units in all of Fire Emblem, so I use the crap out of them in every single game mode. This is my Summer Shez, Summer Male Shez, and this is the current build I'm running on him. I gave him Arcane Lewin, I gave him Attack Speed Unity, Guard Bearing 4, and Speed Smoke 4, Gale Forest, right, Attack Speed. Of course, you can see he is my heavily invested unit I do use on in Arena. I don't focus more that much on Arena during these discussions because I'm not a huge fan of Arena. I think it's kind of wonky. I don't really like it personally, but I am a huge fan. Of building up units that I like. So that's what that is definitely what Summer Shez is here. Like I said, I do love that about him. He's not only human. He has done well with me. But yeah, excuse me. Anyways, back on topic, going back to Sanaki. Yeah, Duo Sanaki is a huge threat. She has massive threat range because she is like ranged cavalry. Like I said, there are workarounds for her, but you really need to focus on her specifically. And she is another unit that I feel like needs a hard counter already. Like I said, there are ways to get around her, but I think it's time she got a hard counter already. Because there are a lot of units, like I said, that can potentially... Hello, welcome in. That can potentially counter her, but it's really, really hard to do. It is really, really hard to counter Duo Sanaki. In the sense that she is cavalry, so she has the most movement you can get in the game, and then she is ranged. So getting your nukes in there to hit her can be really difficult. If she was infantry, it would be a lot easier, but she's not, unfortunately, and we're stuck with the demon that is Duo Sanaki right now with her massive cavalry threat range. So like I said, legendary Malalier is a decent counter to her. She since he has the miracle effect, he can sometimes survive with the miracle effect. Sometimes it is not consistent. That does not always happen, but it is something that can happen. So keep that in mind when you are looking for units that can counter her. Always keep in mind, Duo Sanaki does have damage reduction halving, so you can't use focus too much on units that can suck the damage, suck up damage and just regurgitate it back. It's like you need you do need a good counter for her because of that damage reduction halving. I believe Summer Fjorm can endure her as well. I actually want to go ahead and test that right now since I'm here with you guys. I think Summer Fjorm can potentially survive her. It's not foolproof, obviously. But we are going to try that. And if she doesn't survive her, this is kind of what I'm saying. It's like we need a hard counter to Duo Sanaki, in my opinion. But let's see. Put you there. So like I said, a good way is to keep your the person who's going to Omni Tank her 3 spaces away, because as you see, Radiant Scrolls and inflicts the attack res on foe unit combos within 2 spaces of an ally, foe during combat deals and yada, all that stuff. And then she also has sabotage in the foes adjacent to any foes, inflicts that. And then also yeah. So she's a monster. And even Summer Fjorm can't endure that. Summer Fjorm has immaculate damage reduction with her. Now, that being said, It's very possible that Sheeta can tank her as well. I have also tested this one. Sheeta does tank her alright, and I will show you guys. So Sheeta does tank alright. Like I said, I'll show you guys. And you don't need to worry about her being super far away either. See, now Sheeta handled that great. But of course, the main thing is a lot of people line up. They line up Sanaki in a way. They line up Sanaki in a way so like multiple units are still coming after you at once. So it's not you're not just gonna be trying to like dish out damage against Sanaki. You're gonna be trying to dish out damage against multiple different units. So those two, like I said, speed preempt if you can, Vantage if you can. I actually heard Z Shadow say this is just like the best way to counter counter nukes is to not let them hurt you. So if you can avoid that, then yes, avoid that. Run speed preempt, run Vantage. They're going to be their biggest lifesavers against these units right now. There's still not a clear way to tank Duo Leon yet because he does have null counter disrupt built into his weapon, and then he has that massive amount of pre-combat damage. And we'll get into that more as the week goes on. But for now, unfortunately, like I said, I did get an important call, and I'm gonna have to wrap this up sooner than I thought I expected to. But I will be back bringing you guys content, of course, tomorrow too, and I'll do my best to bring it to you on Friday. It'll probably be later Friday night, after, of course, I've gotten off of work and everything. I didn't have to work today, so yeah. But I will be bringing you guys more content. Thank you all. I saw a lot of you pop in and out, and I appreciate every single last one of you. Thank you, Liz, for the offer to draw my icons for me. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for reaching out for me. And, but before we go, I'm gonna bully this Leon. And Gatekeeper having that, like, area of effect, like, healing is great. I hate that sunlight bangle. Like, see, look at that. I hate that. I hate how like, just because you initiate combat, even though you initiate combat, you can't, attack first. I hate that. Ah! Also, if you guys have not gotten the Sheeta, go get her. She's amazing. As I stated before, I freaking love Omni tanks. I think they are a beautiful gift, and I think they're the most fun to use. Especially when you use them like me, where you just stack a bunch of effects on. Look at that. Look at all the stats she's getting. Plus 31 defense. Like, I love it. I love Omni tanks. They're so good. But yeah, next time we'll talk more about the state of Fire Emblem Heroes, and I'll get in more in depth in counterplay, and you guys can of course share your thoughts with me as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream for now. I might do a stream later on tonight. It depends on how the night goes, because I do want to bring you guys as much content as possibly can. So it just depends on how tonight goes. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Liz, thank you again so much for reaching out to me. I appreciate it. I'll keep messaging you on Discord. Thank you all for tuning in. I saw a lot of you tuned in today. I appreciate every single last one of you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Bye-bye now.